I was just driving on the road the other day. See, because now I have a baby, so I have to be careful as I drive on the roads.
But Fatboy, you've
Kampala.
always been careful. As in, I normally tell the workmates here, I'm like, you guys, have you sat in Fatboy's car? And they're like, some that haven't, though I think most have. They're like, Fatboy is the most careful driver you can ever encounter.
Okay, yes, I am a bit careful in that, and I'm also not one to be a bit reckless and sort of take unnecessary risks. I'm also not a fast driver. But nonetheless, even when you drive slowly, man, these potholes, man, they still get you. You can't escape them.
I know.
So,
and even if it's not the potholes, it's the darkness on the express highway. As in, how can you have a road that nice and it is dark at night?
I've never driven on that road at night. Is it totally not illuminated? There's no light?
There are large sections that are not illuminated.
Really?
And of recent, apparently, some gangs of robbers would position themselves in such sections. Though right now there is security. I don't know if you've witnessed some police cars along the road. So at least that is dealt with.
Okay, well, that's very good. But let's deal with the roads, the state of the roads. And I'm glad that people of note have taken notice and are speaking out on this. And that would include Dr. Kizza Besigye, who has called for changes in how the roads are designed in Uganda to help reduce the loss of life due to accidents, especially during the festive season. Besigye also suggested that relevant authorities become more strict in how drivers are certified before they get on the road and examine the fitness of vehicles. He said, quote, "Death on our roads by far exceeds death in war and other violent causes." And this is a very interesting point to raise. Now, he's not the first one to speak out on the issue of the lack of proper certification of drivers and the designs of the roads. I feel like on the design part, we're not doing too badly. I think our big problem is the maintenance.
The maintenance, yes.
You know, because I've seen several roadways where they have tried to widen it and do interesting things, put traffic lights, which seldom work. I don't know what's wrong with the traffic lights now in Ntinda. They don't work.
They work some days and they don't. And they had saved us on the issue of traffic and, of course, the recklessness, because some Ugandans are of the view that traffic lights delay them or that they don't work. But actually, in my opinion, traffic lights help to reduce the traffic, because if the traffics are well synchronized and they work very well, you're not going to spend a lot of time in the same spot. But then as far as maintenance is concerned, last week, the KCCA executive director said that they don't have enough money to maintain the roads, She said that they normally have a budget of 1 trillion and they're normally given about 10 billion shillings. And she says on that 10 billion, they have to renovate, to work on the roads and also work on the ones that are still maram that need to be tarmacked. So she was like, we cannot make miracles where there is no money.
But is it really a case of having no money? Because a lot of people point to the quality of the roads in Kigali, our neighboring country, or some might say the other district of Uganda. But no, really, they're their own sovereign country, and it shows in how they govern themselves and how they manage the infrastructure. And in Kigali, there are no potholes. Even in the suburbs, you'll not find them. So what's the difference? What is Kigali doing right? What's Kagame doing right that Museveni isn't?
I think the difference is the rate of corruption in one country as compared to the other. Because in Uganda, people will be given, or an institution will be given money to work on the roads. Let's say a municipality has been given money, or KCCA, and you'll find unscrupulous people in there that want a cut. So where the road has to have, let's say, 2 or 3 layers of tarmac, they're going to put like 1 layer. And
charge full price.
Exactly. And after about 10 years, the road is broken. I mean, let's use the road in Chira, for example. That road was constructed about 10 years ago. But if you see the state it is in right now, no drainage system, the tarmac is eroded, sections have potholes, they just keep filling in soil. And it is all a problem of corruption, cuts and more cuts.
So we need, a militaristic approach to handling our roads.
In some things, yes.
And I wonder why the president didn't do that, because which institution was it where he sent a military person? Was it, to run things? I can't remember. No, it wasn't
Not
URA.
police.
It wasn't URA. But okay, I guess yes, police. He did send military people to run the police, and things became a bit more streamlined and organized, right?
Until Kaihura happened.
But I wonder if a similar approach might work for our road sector. I mean, I know the person who handles our roads, UNRWA,
Yes.
right, was someone that was plucked from URA, where she had done a good job.
She had done a good job, and when she came to UNRWA, she actually fired pretty much the entire organization. But then things seem to have steadily gotten back to normal, to where they
The
used
old
to
weeds
be. The old weeds
Came back.
It's like they came back because.
But also, in all fairness, I think at least when it comes to the roads in the city, that's KCCA, right?
Yes, but still, it is KCCA that is given money, but I think still UNRWA is in charge because they make the roads. It is National Roads Authority.
No, but like if, for example, let's say some road in the suburbs here, like whether it's Kira Road or whether
That's
it's
KCCA.
Acacia Avenue, if there's a pothole, KCCA is going to hire a contractor to
Yes.
go and do the repairs. And, there are a few notable ones. What is it? Dot Services. Do they still do the roads?
Sayan Brothers.
So I just don't understand why, they're not doing a good job.
So KCCA claims, like I said, they claim that they're not given enough money. But let's say there is some good money. Even with the little they are given, what kind of work do they do? Is it up to standard or it is shoddy? Do they put the contractor in a position where they have to give them a certain cut before they start the works?
I wish these contractors were had a sense of pride. It's like there has to be a part of you that wants to see the road that you built and to see it stand the test of time. In the same way that if you build a huge monument, you would want people to just look at it every day and marvel at the monument, like a pyramid or a statue, just so that they can marvel at your artistic brilliance and your engineering competence. I feel like there's no sense of pride in any of the infrastructure works related in this country. So that no one really cares about the quality. They just do a shoddy job, get paid, and wait for the next one.
But I won't really blame the contractors since most of them are even foreigners. For instance, Sayan Brothers, they're, I think, Arab contractors. It's in the name. I think it goes back to the people who give them the contracts. If you're an investor and you're a foreigner and a national is saying, to give you this contract, this is what you're going to do for me, and you're here for business, what are you going to do?
I know. Well, it's very, very tricky. But I like the name Saiyan Brothers. We need them to become Super Saiyans. Few people will get that reference. But nonetheless, let's hope for better roads come 2023. Of course, fingers crossed, one can only hope. And I'm really not holding my breath for it.
Of course.
But our roads are
something
really
has
bad.
to be done. I mean, we keep losing people. Imagine just 2 weeks ago, we lost 83 people.
83.
83 people in just 2 weeks.
But a lot of that is reckless driving.
Of course, Katumba Wamala, the Minister of Works and Transport, said that it's mostly overspeeding, reckless overtaking, and slippery roads because of the rain.
So you got to be careful. I mean, the festive season is still upon us.
Yes.
Traditionally the festive season winds up around the 2nd or 3rd of January. So till then, please stay safe, drive carefully. Don't be in a rush to get anywhere. And so that you can arrive safely on the other side in 2023 in one piece. And look forward to having a prosperous new year.
Yeah, true that. Or to Sotia, how have you reached? In a coffin or alive?